And we are back here on the Los Alamitos Weekend Preview here. I'm your host, Jose Contreras. And after a good holiday stretch, Michael Wrona, welcome back to the program. Good to see your face and hear your voice, my friend. How was your holiday?
Thanks, Jose. Mine was great. Thank you very much. But more interested in yours with the recent addition to the family. Christmas coming hot on the heels of the arrival of young Abraham.
Yeah, Abraham, AJ's doing well. The sisters have handled it very, very well. So I've got some good sisters at home taking care of AJ during this holiday season. We're doing well here in the Contreras household. And a big salute to everybody, all the team behind the scenes, people, the management at Los Alamitos for another great season here. We wrapped it up with that season of the First Down Dash Handicap and the SoCal Derby. And it feels like it was just so long ago that we had the SoCal Derby to close out the season that now we begin a brand new season. It is New Year's Eve on the 31st, this Saturday night. We're going to kick it off here with a 9-race program, Michael, and fresh new stats for everyone. The season begins here on the 31st, and we ended up the holiday handicap will be the featured event here on Saturday night.
Yeah, wide open race.
It is.
Ed Burgard has the favourite at 7-2 on his morning line. You might remember back in the middle of the year, I labelled Famous Miss Kitty as a future stakes winner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here is the chance for Famous Miss Kitty in the holiday stakes to ring true that prediction of mine. And I almost made her my pick for this preview show. But it is such a deep, contentious field. She's got a lot of other good horses against her. I think she'd be very tough to beat. I'm just a little puzzled why Cruz Mendez is riding Marcelo in that race. He's never ridden Marcelo in his life, and Marcelo's a long shot in the field. And Erasmo Gasca is on Famous Miss Kitty, and Gasca has ridden her well. He's won a race on her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not particularly worried about Gasca. I don't have a problem with Erasmo, but I just was a little quizzical as to why Mendez would be jumping aboard Marcelo in that race.
It's an interesting group. It's a field of 9, and I'm doing a quick glance here. And the slight morning line favorite is Famous Miss Kitty, like you mentioned, coming out of 2 million. I ended up going with Dr. Schechter at 10-1 in that race. I think the gate speed and the cutback and distance, second time off the layoff. I think there's a lot of things to like in this spot. And if you dig deep enough in every single horse, you'll find something to like. I think that's what makes this race a very, very, very competitive group.
Yep, last race of the year, the last time those horses will be listed as 2-year-olds.
That is correct. So that'll be the Holiday Handicap, 350 yards on Saturday night. But right before that, in Race and Rate, there's a horse that you like in this spot. 300 yards for this Race and Rate. It is the start of the late daily double. We have a couple of runners with racing experience. Actually, a couple of runners that are first-time starters. A couple of runners with a pretty good racing experience. And then you have a Victor, who's a one-time starter. But I know you like the looks of the two, Mr. Perry Dynasty.
Yeah, these are 2-year-olds as well. So it'll be a 2-year-old late double.
Yep.
Race 8 is a maiden. And Mr. Perry Dynasty came to Los Alamitos in late October as a first-time gelding for new trainer Jose Flores. Had run at a couple of New Mexico tracks earlier in the year. And I liked his effort in that October 29 race, which we have on replay for you. He was drawn the rail, and the number 2 horse was leaning on him early. It was rather uncomfortable in the opening 100 yards for Mr. Perry Dynasty.
Yeah, he was in gate number 3, right?
He had the rail.
Excuse me, he had the rail. I'm thinking last time out. So 2 starts ago, October 29th, he had the rail. He was right around almost 10-1 at this spot. And like you mentioned, he had the inside post.
Yes, and the 2 horse was just making life difficult for him in the early stages of this race, forcing him in, leaning on him before they got to the gap. And then things opened up nicely for him. He raced to the lead. He hit the front. He looked like he had it won, but down the middle of the track came Whiskey Creek to nab him in the last couple of bounds. But it was a good gallop out as well from Mr. Perry Dynasty, who came into that race with a turn and work, but no local gate work. And I thought, well, that's a solid enough effort, and he's worth following. Well, the pair met again in a trial to the 2 million futurity, which Whiskey Creek won, But Mr. Perry Dynasty was eliminated at the start. You can just put a pen through that. But the fact that Whiskey Creek was able to come out and win a 2 million futurity trial after just beating Mr. Perry Dynasty in late October tells me that Mr. Perry Dynasty, potentially, with any luck in that race, might have been in the finish as well. So now, what's interesting coming into this race on Saturday night, Jose, is all of the changes that Jose Flores is working. He's removing the flipping halter, he's taking off the blinkers, and he's adding Cruz Mendez. And that's, I think, a positive for the horse. And let's just see how it all pans out. Jose's sort of getting experimental with the equipment. And I think Mr. Perry Dynasty at 3-1 has a really good chance in this spot. Now, the favourite has the rail by My Lady of Corona. Strong form lines from the two local races, both in futurity trials. But this horse has never drawn the rail. As a matter of fact, he's never drawn inside gate 4 in his life. And so that's going to be an interesting test. At 7-5, I just don't know if I want to be rushing into By My Lady of Corona. The co-second choice at 3-1, a Victor number 3, was close up in a blanket finish on debut. It was a solid effort. The 5-horse Buzz Aldrin's a new shooter for Monte Rosa. And I know that you even have an opinion of an unraced horse in the field.
Yeah, Millennial, the 4-horse, was 12-1. I thought it was I had high hopes for him based on that 12:30 drill back on July 23rd. But then he was scratched when he was entered. He didn't see a published workout until November. I thought the 1870 workout on December 3rd, he wanted to do more than he was allowed to because he was kind of drifting in. He's out of a pretty good win early family. 2 full siblings were debut winners. And I think he's got more talent than the workout times indicate. And I think this is a suspect field when you kind of make the case for the 2 that has not drawn the inside post. The 5 Buzz Aldrin, the running lines don't look good. I do have to say that the 12:10 workout was sharp on locally on December 3rd. But is he a brand new horse? Can he do it here at Los Al? I think there's questions there. So I would not mind taking a little bit of flyer on the 4. I think that horse, the pedigree is there. I think there's some sneaky workouts. I don't know why there was a big gap. Obviously, there were some setbacks. But I think this race could be a little bit more open than what we think.
Yeah, I think that the favourite is worth taking on and trying to beat, having never drawn inside gate 4 in his life. And maybe the 2-4 exacta box might be an interesting way to play the race.
I like that. I'm liking what I'm hearing here. So we're both gonna try to beat the morning line favorite by My Lady of Corona, who, all things considered, finishing 4th at 87-1 versus the 2 million winner, Cyber Attack is nothing to, shake your head at. But like you mentioned, never drawn towards the inside part of the gate. We'll see how that one handles it. So Michael will go with Mr. Perry Dynasty, and I'll go with the long shot Millennial, first-time starter at 12-1 in this race number 8.
And my pick is trained by the newly crowned champion trainer of Los Alamitos. Congratulations to Jose Flores on a spectacular 2022. And I hope he can close it out with the late double, Mr. Perry Dynasty and famous Miss Kitty in our New Year's Eve program.
And I believe that is Jose Flores' first ever title at Los Al.
Yes, you're right. It is.
So it was one of those seasons where it was a little bit of a back and forth battle, but he was able to prevail there and get the job done. So congratulations to Jose Flores, and he's looking to start the new season off with some very live horses entered in Saturday night's program. Again, 9 races on Saturday. Late pick 4 will begin with race number 6. All right, Michael, thank you for that analysis and that replay. And we'll be looking forward here to the start of the new season. And I was talking with Professor G the last time we recorded the show, and I don't think we've ever started a brand new season of Los Al on New Year. So there's always a first time for something new.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Well, it'll be a fun weekend, and
Yes.
we'll be done in plenty of time for people to then proceed to whatever late night parties and festivities they want to embrace. First post of 5 o'clock Saturday, and the feature race will be done before 9.
Yeah, and hopefully the rain stays away. There is a little bit of moisture that has been kind of predicted, but we haven't had those big heavy rains. Hopefully we don't get much precipitation in the area. So hopefully it stays away for our racing cards. Michael, good to see you. Happy holidays again, and Happy New Year this upcoming week.
Cheers to you, mate. Hooroo.
Live racing returns to Los Alamitos with our opening night set for Saturday, December 31st. Bring in the new year with an action-packed card headed by the Holiday Handicap for juveniles. And don't miss our first Grade 1 stakes race of the meet, the Charger Bar, on New Year's night, Sunday, January 1st. Champion Kiss Through Fire is ready to defend her title. Plus, our popular $10,000 Pick 6 promo returns in 2023. Bring in the new year with Los Alamitos. Opening night is Saturday, December 31st. The Los Alamitos Pick 4s are known as night racing's best bets, with huge pools, a $1 minimum, and big payouts. It gives horse players more bang for the buck. Our racing programs begin shortly after the major daytime thoroughbred racing action, and the Los Alamitos Early Pick 4 always starts with our first race on the card. Big pools, great fun. It's the Los Alamitos Pick 4.
Golden Boy gathering them in. Boat tail, Golden Boy gets up to score.
Night racing's best bets, always at Los Alamitos.
A fresh new season will get underway with this Saturday night's program at Los Alamitos. This Saturday, December 31st. Pleased to now be joined again with Christopher Wade, your Los Alamitos analyst, straight from Burgarts. I can see the pool behind you. Lots of patrons like to enjoy those pool tables right there during our racing nights, and also during the daytime simulcast season, watching all the football games, all the sports, and also the simulcast signals from across the country. So, Chris, good to have you. By the way, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope you had a nice break.
Sure did. I hope you did as well. I know you did, getting with the new baby, you know.
Yeah. He's been a good baby. We've been getting a solid 3 hours sleeps. That's more than we can ask for. So we've been having a good holiday season here in the household. So I was mentioning off air that the last time we recorded, we all four of us, Professor G, Michael Wrona, yourself, myself, had different selections in the SoCal Derby, right? So I said, wouldn't it be a shame that 4 different selections that we could have picked the winner? Well, we didn't. You got saved out because your selection got scratched. So I'm gonna have to give a little bit of a grilling to Professor G as well. We blanked out because it was the Elena Andrade, Howard Nichols owned. The name is escaping me. Can you think of the name? He was a 2 million runner-up from 2 years ago.
Oh, yes.
A year ago, excuse me. I just can't think of the name.
Just being friends?
Yes, just being a friend. Just being a friend. That is the runner that ended up winning the SoCal Derby at a nice price, by the way. He was 10-1, 12-1. So congrats to the connections there, closing out the season on a winning note. Excuse me, that was a first down dash handicap by him. In the SoCal Derby, well, could it have been scripted any better, Chris? With John Cooper, his last race as a trainer, he goes out a winner with Bundarbian.
Yes, I thought the horse had a chance. He was my second choice, I think it was, and the horse ran very, very strong. In that last effort, he beat some quality runners in the trial, and on my figures, he had a good figure, and with expected improvement just a little bit. I think second or third time over the track, this horse had a look at the outcome, and darn if he didn't run very strongly to win. And what a way to go out! A champion trainer winning a big race in his final race on his way to a retirement in Idaho. It's a great way to go out.
It is. So congratulations, John Cooper and his family, and congrats to the connections there of Bundarbian taking down SoCal Derby and getting that Derby win on his resume. All our best wishes to John Cooper on his well-deserved retirement. Let's talk about Saturday's card. We talked to Michael Wrona. He gave us a selection in race number 8. I know you like a runner here in race number 6.
Yeah, this is a quality race. But kicking off that late pick 4, I'm going to give the edge to AJ's Little Champ there. First time for Heath Taylor, but this horse does come out of a very strong trial race and running 4th, beat a half a length from post 2, but was broke slow, was cross, angled inside, and is actually running on the rail and only got beat like a half a length with about a length and 3/4, 2 lengths of trouble. So very impressive performance. Quality number earned on my figure with everything factored in. Trouble, track variance. I'm going to get the worst edge in that quality, kicking off quality, a fair lick, kicking off that late pick 4.
Let's take a look at the replay. November 20th. It was the final trial of the evening, race number 12. It was 15-1 in a field that included Ahi Tempting, Navaja, AJ Run for Cash, all very top quality runners. 2 starts ago, he had finished second to Jericho. We know how talented Jericho is. But here's AJ's Little Champ out in gate number 2. What did you see this night?
Well, the horse got fractious in the gate. He broke slow, was bumped back, got in close quarters, was cross, and lost a length and 3/4, 2 lengths. Angled inside runners before the big run midway, and only got to be like a half a length. Did run fourth, be like a half a length, and very impressive performance, and galloped out very, very well. So with everything factored in, the horse earned a solid number on my charts for tonight's affair, and he got what I call a 2W, which is the more W's, the bigger you bet.
And it's never easy for horses to kind of re-engage and re-rally along the inside. Watch how he's still galloping out with good run past the finish. It's not easy to do that against this type of competition.
No, that was a very impressive performance, like the way he finished. Nice size runner. And we'll definitely move forward here with a clean getaway. Has a big look at the outcome there, first time for Heath Taylor.
And he was chasing a 9.6 final 8 there as well. So I thought he ran very, very well in the feed to be beaten about less than a length there on that one. He was right around 15-1 that night. We're not going to get that price tonight because it is not a trial by AJ's Little Champ there. He is making the first start for Heath Taylor, but we know how strong of a barn Heath Taylor had in 2022. So this looks like a good spot for him, right?
A good spot for him. Now there's some runners in there. Like get the horse for Amaya Rosa. Just take a swig of this. The horse did run second in the Grade 1 Heritage Place Futurity when last seen 217 nights ago. But they always seem to improve for Mr. Monty Rose, who's been had a great season last year and expected one upcoming. So that horse got to look at the outcome. First time off the layoff on the ship in from Remington Park.
Yeah, it's a field of 9. Even Hard to Know has run very well all 3 starts. I thought it was a very good maiden diploma. Draws the outside, but again, has not raced since June. So there's some layoff concerns for the 9 and the 5. But anytime you can finish second by a nose in $1 million futurity, one of the most prestigious futurities down in Oklahoma, you're going to be a talented runner. And this one was. I don't know why the lengthy time off. I think that's the question mark. But I went back to look at that replay, Chris, and he probably was best because he kind of broke outwards. He cost himself the race by breaking outwards because he ended up losing by a nose. So he was unlucky to lose by a nose in that race.
Yes, like I said, he's been off for 217 days, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. A little fractious, kind of bobbled and drifted out. I gave him 13, which is almost a length of trouble.
Yeah.
And only got beaten next. So definitely, and that's funny what you said. He was best in that affair. That's exactly what I put on my charts and finished fairly well while best. Yeah. And he was a W, horse to watch. Very impressive. Earned a very, very good figure. On my numbers, he's the main threat to the aforementioned AJ's Little Champ off the layoff there.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way there. But I'm with you. I gave a little bit of an edge to AJ's Little Champ. I like the competition he's been facing. I like the local experience. We'll see if it can break sharply there from gate number 3 under the guidance of Jose Nicasio. While I have you here for a moment, any thoughts on the featured event? Anything you kind of look for there in race number 9?
Oh my gosh,
it's a good field.
It is a really, really good field. You got like you said, you get Don't Sass KVN, a horse who was scratched 41 nights ago, but his number previously with Trouble was very, very good. He's got a big look at the outcome, and of course, Remember Her's got a little chance. One of the horses I have in there at a little bit of a price. Of course, Mi Santo did run his trial and won that race, earned a pretty good figure, but he was recently a scratch 20 days ago. But not a horse who's got a pretty good number in there for me is Bold and Brave off his last affair with some trouble along the way. So it's a closely matched opening night feature, and it could go a number of ways.
Yeah, the slight morning choice is famous Miss Kitty, but Don't Sass KVN was one of the most impressive debut winners earlier this year at Los Al. He's obviously talented. He's got excuses in the last 2. You mentioned Bold and Brave, and Remember Her puts up very bang-up efforts pretty much every single time.
Yeah.
There's nothing to not like about the 6. The 5 was a stakes winner against Remember Her, so the 5's already proven. I mean, there's a number of ways to go. If Marcelo ever behaves and he focuses, I would not be surprised if he jumps up with a big effort, but that's another runner with potential.
Yeah, he got fractures last time. He broke a little slow. His head cocked sideways and skied out and lost over length, but he finished pretty well. And I gave him a horse long shot W, which is a long shot horse to watch there off his last effort. So he's got to look at the outcome as well. That is a tough way to close out that late pick 4 and the pick 6 with the closely matched affair from top to bottom.
It is. It's a fun race without a doubt. That's the holiday handicap on Saturday night, 350 yards. Tell us what's going on in simulcast land. What are your eyes looking at for this week?
Well, basically, our season's over for the nighttime simulcast quarter horse wise. As far as the quarter horse coming up, you got Sunland Park running during the day. Of course, they open tomorrow, and then they run on the weekends. And of course, the thoroughbreds on Mondays and Tuesday, whatever the schedule may be. And then, of course, as far as the other quarter horse season starts up on January 5th, they run during the day at Louisiana Downs. So they do have a continued quarter horse racing in Louisiana, but their post time is at 1:35 their time, 11:35 our time. So our simulcast season's done until Remington Park starts back up in March.
Yeah, so early March for Remington Park, and by the time March rolls along, we'll be talking about our 2-year-olds' works and kind of getting ready. Some of the 2-year-olds will get starting to get prepped there to begin our season here at Los Al. So looking forward to those quarter horse signals when they pick up later in the season. All right, Chris, best of luck. Let's see if we can get a winner there in race number 6 again with the 3 horse. That'll be AJ's Little Champ, who's well bred as well. I was looking at the breeding here. 8 Political Jets out of Little Surfer. They paid nearly $300,000 for that gelding. So he's starting to put things together, and now in the barn of Heath Taylor.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for that analysis. Best of luck, and I'll see you out there this weekend at Los Al.
All right. See you this weekend, boss.
Racing fans, the traditional $2 pick 6 at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. And at Los Alamitos, when there's not a pick 6 carryover on Sunday nights, we'll add $10,000 to the pick 6 pool. That means every Sunday night, Los Alamitos has either a pick 6 carryover or the $10,000 pick 6 promo. Our total pools have been gigantic, with a season high figure of over $322,000. And our popular 10,000 pick 6 promo nights create a big time wagering opportunity. The traditional $2 pick 6, a great bet, a great deal. It's always at Los Alamitos. Live racing returns to Los Alamitos with our opening night set for Saturday, December 31st. Bring in the new year with an action-packed card, headed by the Holiday Handicap for juveniles. And don't miss our first Grade 1 stakes race of the meet, the Charger Bar, on New Year's night, Sunday, January 1st. Champion Kiss Through Fire is ready to defend her title. Plus our popular $10,000 Pick 6 promo returns in 2023. Bring in the new year with Los Alamitos. Opening night is Saturday, December 31st.
Opening night this Saturday night on December 31st on New Year's Eve. And I want to give a special shout out to all the people that work behind the scenes, both on the racetrack operation side and also on the racetrack itself. Gate crew, paddock assistants, and all the racing officials. It was a good year here at Los Al. Professor, good to see you. Welcome back. Hope you had a Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad as you as well, Jose. Merry Christmas. Wonderful holidays, and of course, coming up to the big opening night here at Los Alamitos. And just to say, follow up on what you were saying, you're exactly right. The racing surface crew that continues to work pretty much year-round here at Los Alamitos, every single night getting that racetrack prepared and nicely cushioned for the morning training that happens. Our facility crew, everyone that works in the barn area, around the clock here at Los Alamitos to put together a tremendous place to train horses, to run horses, and of course to put on a nice show here at Los Al. Everyone that works from the concession stands to the parking attendants, the admissions, all of them here to put on a good show for the racing fans. And of course, we appreciate the racing fans, but also appreciate our hardworking crew here at Los Al.
Yeah, and that starts at the top with a big salute to Dr. Ed Allred, Kathy Manji, and all the management team there at Los Alamitos. And speaking of racing fans, a big shout out to our racing fans that support the show, Professor. We had great numbers to close out the season strong. A lot of nice viewers, and people were giving us good feedback with a couple of winners. We picked a few winners throughout the year. So thank you to the people that emailed, and thank you for watching and supporting the program. Before we talked about some season standings, Professor, I want to talk about the closing night card. Southern California Derby, what a way to close it out. You couldn't have scripted any better. John Cooper, final entrant, takes the winning with Bendarbian. And remember on trials night when we had one of those shows leading up to that, we had George Duarte on the show, and he mentioned you and himself. Everybody mentioned that we could hear those connections through the grandstand on trials night. Now I wasn't there for the final, Professor. How was it? Can you hear them throughout the race as well?
Not quite as loud as on trial night. You're of course talking about the Davenport family.
Yes.
That was there rooting on Bundarbian. But definitely some nice cheering going on and a nice big winner circle celebration following the Bundarbians' nice victory. And like you said, what a way to close out a great career from John Cooper. He wins the Southern California Derby with Bundarbian. And as I go up there to ask him a few questions, he just goes, bye. Like he's ready to take off, right? But no, we brought him along, and his wife was there, Carol Cooper. A lot of friends were there. We had a nice sign for him. So it was a good send-off, because at first he didn't want to go out there and have like just a send-off just for him.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, I just want to kind of go quietly behind the scenes. I'm very quiet. Fine, but you win a big race, John. We're gonna bring out the sign anyways. So yeah, it was a good moment for him and his family, and absolutely great way to close out a really nice meet here at Los Alamitos. The early pick four on closing night, over $200,000.
Yes.
We had a nice handle in the pick six. The promo will continue in 2023. We'll add $10,000 whenever we don't have a carryover on those Sunday nights. We'll continue that promotion. So we're looking forward to a nice start to the meet. 9 races on tap on Saturday. First post will be 5 p.m. So we'll be done around 8:44 p.m. With the running of the holiday handicap.
And also one note that I wanted to mention during the daytime thoroughbred season here, the winter one. How about that NEC contest? I saw a tremendous score by the winner. Tell us about that record-breaking score.
Yeah, the winner was Dylan Donnelly. He's a very active handicapper in all those contests, and also a horse owner. And he hit, I think it was like a 35-1 shot. Hit it right on top. Had the exacta, crushed the exacta. I think he had all of his $400 live wagering card money in that race. And when the results pop up, he's like up $13,000.
Yeah.
And right there is like, contest is over. We're
Yeah.
playing for second place. But what was kind of cool about it is that he was already double qualified, Jose. So even though he had that humongous score, I think he was playing for the tour points.
Yeah.
The NHC awards some tour points. So we still had 2 seats to offer in the contest. So even though he had that big score, there were still 2 seats to go for. So it ended up being a really good contest, a fun event. And a lot of people were saying, man, look at those numbers. The person that finished in 3rd place, he also had a nice score. I think he had like 6,000 in there. And he's like, man, with that score, I should be winning this contest.
Yes.
But man, those numbers were huge. So a nice card put together by the racing office, great handicapping by a lot of Sharpies, and just made out for a good way to close out the thoroughbred meet as well.
Yeah, that was a tremendous score there. And the contest. Thanks a lot to all the players that showed up and supported the Los Alamitos NHC contest during that daytime winter thoroughbred season. Let's wrap up the standings for the night season, our year-round season. Congratulations, Dr. Ed Allred, QH leading owner. Jose Flores, Professor, how about that? His first ever season-long title for Jose Flores.
Yeah, and Jose, I got to give him a lot of credit for getting the job done. And he's our 3rd all-time leading trainer here at Los Alamitos. He's won over 1,500 races. But he mentioned, I've been in the top 3 probably 17, 18 times in the career. I didn't know if it was ever going to happen, but it's really nice to get that done. He finishes the year with 58 wins. Scott Willoughby was 2nd in the standings with 51 wins. Monte Rosa closed out the top 3 in the quarter horse trainer standings with 44. Ed Allred has 69 victories as the leading owner. E.G. High Desert Farms and Gerald Harley finished out the top 3 with nice meets here at Los Alamitos. Jesus Rios Ayala, another great season for a tremendous jockey. That's his 5th quarter horse riding title in the past 6 years for Jesus Rios Ayala. He finished the year with 65 victories. Armando Cervantes 2nd with 60 wins. And Henry Reynoso Lopez finished with 46 wins. Henry Lopez was the Val Tonks Award winner last year as the top up-and-coming rider in quarter horse racing. He follows that meetup with a top 3 finish. Really nice progression there for Henry Reynoso Lopez. Eduardo Nicasio was our leading jockey in money earned after winning the Los Al 2 million futurity. He made over $1.7 million with his mounts. In the thoroughbred standings, Ricardo Ramirez, Jesus Uranga, they win the trainer and jockey title for the thoroughbreds and also for the mixed breed horses. Those races mostly run at 1,000 yards, a few 550 races as well there. And David Hinkins, long known as a top quarter horse owner here at Los Alamitos, he shares the top spot in the mixed breed owners with 13 victories, shares that title with Jesus Uranga. So a lot of great meets here at Los Alamitos, lot of great seasons by many of our top horsemen. And here were the leaders for 2022, Jose.
Congrats to all the connections there, everybody involved and everybody that supports here the racing day and night here at Los Al on a year-round basis. Once again, congratulations to everybody for those awards, season-long awards here at Los Alamitos. And speaking of what's to come, Professor, we were talking to about Jose Flores getting his first win. Jose Flores, like you mentioned, had been top 3. What did he mention? 17 or 18 times he was right there in the mix of things?
17 or 18, yeah.
Yeah, so
many seconds, many
yes.
top 2 finishes, a lot of top 3s as well, and he gets that first title last year.
He's looking to begin the season on a good note because he's got some contenders this weekend, and of course in the holiday handicap, he's got the slight morning line favorite of famous Miss Kitty, owned and bred by Mr. Johnny Trotter. She's a previous 2-time winner here at Los Al, so she will be one of the main contenders in the holiday handicap.
Yeah, coming off of that 8th place finish in the 2 million futurity, broke nicely in that race. Ended up finishing 8th against just a star-studded group that included Cyber Attack, Jericho, All-American Futurity winner. His judge and jury ran 3rd in that race. But look at this group. I really like this group. 9 horses in here making their final start as 2-year-olds. They'll be 3-year-olds about 3 hours later.
3 hours,
they'll be sophomores, but they'll begin the race as 2-year-olds still in a nice group. The number 2 horse, Misanto, is one that catches my eye, coming off of a nice victory in the trials to the Los Alamitos 2 million futurity. He defeated Party Politics, Jose, the 2-time Grade 1 futurity winner here at Los Alamitos. Misanto got the best of him. And even the trials to the Golden State Million futurity ran 2nd to Flash of Gold. Flash of Gold went on to qualify to the Golden State Million futurity. Number 1 horse in that race upped the interest, coming off of some really nice victories, including a super impressive maiden win for Steve Burns, David Nelson, and trainer Jimmy Glenn Jr. The number 3 horse, Dr. Schechter, ran a little bit of trouble in that last outing in that 2 million futurity trial, but overall a very solid race for Dr. Schechter against Whiskey Creek. Marcelo, a horse that has some really good races last year, finished the season with a 4th place finish, but we've always seen him bounce back after a bit of a trouble effort out there. The 5, Bold and Brave. I really like this horse. I'm making him my top selection in this race. I'll go with Bold and Brave. Ran 3rd in his trial to the Los Alamitos 2 million futurity. Ended up running in a race that included a disqualification. If you remember that race, Jose Powerful got DQ'd in that one. But the runner-up that ended up getting moved up to 1st came back and won, right? On the
juvenile. I think, won the juvenile, I believe, if I remember correctly.
And did it in really good fashion. Bold and Brave, a horse that had a lot of success at Ruidoso, won a stakes race here at Los Alamitos already. It was involved in that troubled race. Last out, I like Bold and Brave. Remember her coming off of a nice victory. Don Sass KVN has some really good efforts here at Los Al. We talked about famous Miss Kitty. And rounding out the field from post number 9 will be Muy Bien Corona, switching barns now after being involved in a private purchase. Vences Racing purchased this runner from Keith Nelson and now goes to Valentin Zamudio. Muy Bien Corona ran third in the Kindergarten Futurity in May of 2022. So a really good group of runners getting ready for our final race of 2022, the final quarter horse race of the year in the nation.
True.
Here, the Holiday Handicap, Jose.
And that will be the close-on leg of the pick 6 and late pick 4 as well. So you're going to pick with Bold and Brave, right?
I'm sticking with the 5, Bold and Brave.
I'm sticking with the 3, Dr. Schechter. Second time off the layout, cut back in distance, 10-1. Henry Lopez. Let's see if we can close out with a little bit of price.
10-1.
10-1. That's one of my price plays for Saturday night. That's my top pick in the night lines, Dr. Schechter. We'll see if we can close out that Saturday card with the winner. And to close out the weekend, we have the Grade 1 Charger Bar on Sunday night. First day of 2023. These are the possible starters for that Grade 1 $100,000 race. And one name that immediately jumps off the page, Kiss Through Fire, that great mare. Is she going for 3 in a row in this race, Professor?
Looking to make history. No mare has won 3 in a row in this race. She'll be looking to do it. And that was one of the big attractions for keeping her in training, was trying to make that big historic run at a 3rd straight victory in the Charger Bar Handicap. Remember, the last time that we saw her, she won the Las Damas Handicap against a very strong group of fillies and mares. This group is just as tough, Jose, because look at all the deep talent in this one. Nymphette, if she could only break, right, she's going to give Kiss Through Fire all she can handle. Patty Saint coming out of the Champion of Champions. There's 3 of them in this field that are coming off the Champion of Champions. Just a Political Girl also was in that race. And Sweet Dash of Fire as well. So top 3 mares now in the Champion of Champions come back for the Charger Bar Handicap. Sweet Tess is in there. Lady Cartel, who won a couple of stakes races last year, is in there. Famous Shining Star, who's been racing at this level for a long time now. She'll be looking for her first Grade 1 stakes win as well. So these are the 10 that are looking as the ones that will be going in the Charger Bar Handicap. We'll get the entries out, anytime right now as we're recording this, but we'll definitely have them in time on Friday morning, and we'll see if this is exactly the field. I think this will be the group of starters that will go in the Charger Bar Handicap.
Professor, breaking news.
You got them?
Breaking news.
All right.
Don't move. Stay where you are. I have just received a very important email. Let's see if I can. Don't call me a liar, Professor. Don't call me a liar. I think I got it. I think I got it. Let's see. I think I got it. Here they are. Grade 1 Charger Bar Handicap will be going as race number 10 on Sunday night. So 10 races. Let's reveal them as we go, Professor. Lady Cartel from the rail for Santos Perez, E.G. High Desert Farms. Sweet Tess gets the 2 posts. We know her as the winner of the Los Alamitos Oaks last March. She prevailed there last time out as by a neck for Pat Fisher. La Estrella Corona, who has been always a promising mare for this barn, these connections. She's a 4-time winner, nearly 100,000 in the bank. There's Kiss Through Fire in gate number 4. Now she won it in 2022. You can see her campaign
from post number 4, Jose.
Yes, post number 4. So she's done it. She's been there, done that in this spot. Now look who's riding. Ramon Sanchez gets the call on Kiss Through Fire.
How about this? If she does end up winning this race, she would have won the Charger Bar Handicap with 3 different jockeys, because the first time she won it was Raul Valenzuela.
Yes.
Last year with Diego Herrera, and now Ramon Sanchez getting the call. That's that. You don't see that very often, right? No. A horse with so much success as Kiss Through Fire, with a chance to repeat with 3 different jockeys.
And remember last year, she didn't have a rider until minutes before the race.
Yeah.
Because one race before that, Diego Herrera was riding the previous race, and he got the call at the paddock. He said, Juan Alamin told him, hey, can you ride one for me in the last? Diego Herrera said, sure, boss, not thinking that it was a big mare. And Diego Herrera got her to the winner's circle there in the Charger Bar. Famous Shining Star for owner Johnny Trotter, 5-time winner, $101,000 earner. Patty Saint off of that Champion of Champions back against females here tonight. She's a winner of the Millie Vessels. She's got gate speed. Just a political girl now in the barn of Jose Flores. Jose Flores there. We'll have this one. Hector Alderete, the main rider that was riding her at Ruidoso and Sunland, is in to ride. Sweet Dash of Fire for Jose Flores and Valiniano Racing Stables. And College Scandal draws gate number 9. Another one that is from the barn of Juan Alaman, has been right there in a lot of big races. We know she can finish. Drawn towards the outside, this might help her, Professor, to be able to show that late kick.
Absolutely. Loved number 10 for Nymphet as well. And Henry Reynoso Lopez continues to ride this runner. And I think with that extra space there on the outside, if she can just break right there alongside College Scandal, who's not the fastest breaker at all. So she should be able to get off to a pretty clean, good start, and then maybe take off.
The draw for the 9 and 10 are ideal because they're closers, right? They want that room, nobody around them.
Yeah.
This is a great post for those two outside runners, without a doubt.
And more experience, of course, for Nymphet. A year older, now she's been kind of going at it now for 7 months, around 7 months. She's still she started really training for action. So I think this could be a big night there for some of these outside runners, especially number 10 Nymphet.
All right, so that's a featured event on Sunday night, the Grade 1, $100,000 Charger Bar Handicap. 400 yards is the distance for these mares, 4-year-olds and up. And again, K2 Fire is looking for history as she's trying to win it 3 times in a row. She's a 6-year-old now. She's been at the top of her game for a long time, Professor. A long time.
And how about that group of runners? You mentioned Jose Flores several times with Sweet Dash of Fire, with Just a Political Girl, a new arrival in there, Famous Shining Star. So that tells you the kind of depth that his barn has following a nice season in 2022. And I also had a chance to chat with him to congratulate him on an outstanding year and just to kind of touch base on a few things about his barn, including what it takes to be a top trainer, the great support from the family. His dad, Antonio Flores, kind of brought him along early on. He was a horse owner here, a big fan of horse racing, would bring young Jose to the track. That kind of got him into fall in love with horse racing. And of course, his family, his wife Lupita, the daughters Jocelyn and Brianna. You know what that's like, Jose. Just having that support of the family. So how about we talk a little bit with Jose Flores, fresh off clinching his first title here at Los Alamitos.
Here's Jose Flores.
And here we are in the stable of champion trainer for 2022, Jose Flores, leading the quarter horse standings with the most victories. How does that sound, Jose? After so many years knocking on that door, so many top 3 finishes, you got it done in 2022.
Yeah, it's a big honor, Orlando. It really is. I never thought. I always thought, someday maybe it would happen, but every year, I just come up a little bit short. There's always been great trainers here at Los Alamitos, like there is now, and it just makes it a lot more nicer for me, because I know we're going against. I'm in my book, I believe is some of the best of the best,
And we can talk about all the horses, and we will. But let's talk first about that support group that you have, your family, your wife, your children, your father. Let's start with your dad, who has owned horses here for many, many years, and he's the one that would bring you here to the track when you were 7, 8 years old, through your teenage years.
Yeah, I remember when my dad used to bring me out here to the track. He used to bring me out here to the track. We started going to Santa Anita, I always liked it since I was a kid, coming out with him and enjoying my time with him. He's always supported me in this business, and I really, I'm real grateful to him, and it's just been a good ride, and I'm really proud of my team, without them, I can't get it done. These boys work day in, day out, our vets, our gala boys, our jockeys. It's a team effort. It's not only my victory, it's all of theirs victory. All of them deserve the win.
And tell me about the family at home, your wife.
Yeah, like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy for the family. We're never there. Hardly, and I try to make time here and there. And she's been always real supportive. And my girls, they just stick down to their school work. And when we have a big race or something like that, they'll come out, and support me out here. So it's really nice, when I can enjoy with them together over here too.
Let's talk about the horses a little bit. Holiday Handicap this weekend, and you have famous Miss Kitty, who qualified to the Los Alamitos 2 million futurity for Mr. Johnny Trotter. You won a lot of races for Mr. Trotter this year. She certainly was one of the top 2-year-olds that you trained last season.
Yeah, she's a filly that really has a lot of heart. She gives me everything she has every time she goes out there, and just I can't ask more than that. Sometimes they just it's hard to win every single time, but I know she'll go out there and give me the best every time.
And of course, you had so many big wins with Esquire K Racing, Don and Kathy Manili, all their top horses. He's a Dash of Fire, I'm a Fearless Hero, so many great ones.
Yeah.
And this year again, you saddled some outstanding runners from that same family. Sweet Dash of Fire, Dash's Dynasty, Dash a Good Reason. A big key for helping you reach this point, right?
Yeah. Without those horses, you just can't get to this level. You can't get to where you need to be, and thank goodness, that I was blessed to training these horses and giving them the opportunity to run them and be successful with them. I have to also give my thanks, to Silver Racing Farm, George Villalobos, Mark and Martha Winslow, and Junior Quarter horses, they always been behind me 100% too, and they're all my good friend Guadalupe Bujanda, he's always been supportive of me, I can't say enough about all the people that are. Ricardo Ramirez is another one, that's really helped me here, So it's a team effort, and it starts all with all the great owners we have. So hopefully, we can continue doing this, and hopefully we can be successful. If not, I'm okay with second and thirds too. I did it like 17, 18 times, and it's no problem. I just love being here in Los Alamitos. This is my home, and hopefully, we'll be running here for a long time.
And of course, we got to talk a little bit about Cruz Mendez, who you won so many races with over the years. Erasmo Gasca, who had a very solid campaign for you. Irving Lara won some races for you as well.
Yeah. Cruz is, what can I say? He's a good example to all these boys, I really believe he's real likable, he's a really hard worker. And we've been a good team for a lot of years, We never have any disputes about anything, We have Erasmo Gasca, which is an upcoming rider, that's doing really good. We have Irvin Lara, which I think is going to be a great rider in the future. We have Jairo Rangel and Ayala that helps us here once in a while too, with some of the horses. And but we have a good team, a good bunch of boys, that really work hard and are real respectful and work. And what can I say, and just get down and work, and never complain, and so we can get things done.
Well, congratulations to Jose Flores. He's been a top 3 trainer for many, many, many years here at Los Al. And like you mentioned, he's a face that a lot of the people that follow Los Alamitos know very well. And congratulations to him and his family and on his team for the hard work here throughout the season at Los Al.
Jose, how's the baby?
Well, special appearance. He's been delivered here to Los Alamitos. I'm in the Vessels Club here, Los Alamitos in the patio. And look who's joining me. Look who is joining me. Oh,
there he is.
Look at this. This is Abraham. He's wide awake.
It's
Abraham,
amazing. How you doing, AJ?
Say hi. Say hi.
So do we know yet? Team Cheese or Team No Cheese? What do we know yet?
We'll know in like in 2 months when he starts tasting real baby food, Professor. We'll know if he's Team Cheese or Team No Cheese. But this is AJ. This is what's been keeping me at home the last couple of weeks here. He's doing great. Mama's doing great, and he's been a good boy. Sisters are in love, so can't ask for much better. So Hi, people.
He is gorgeous. Congratulations
Thank you.
again. Congratulations to Karina. Great work, and the family just continues to get more beautiful.
There you
Jose.
go. Thank you. This is credit to the mama. It's all the mom. I'm gonna give
Oh, I
mom
know
all the
that.
credit. Yes,
100%.
we know that. I won't take any. You know what I'm gonna take credit for? He's got dimples. I'll take credit for the dimples. That's it. That's it. Nothing more. Okay, back with mama. Say bye bye. In a few months,
right.
you'll see him in person over there at Los Al, Professor.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, he's already enjoying the Vessels Club from what
Yes,
I
he
hear.
is.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the Vessels Club here. So, Abraham doing well. Karina's doing well. The sisters are doing well. Can't complain. We had a great holiday season here at Casa de los Ponies. I want to wrap up the show by giving a big salute to you, Professor. You work very hard behind the scenes, on the scenes as well. We get to see you in the winner's circle during our FanDuel broadcast. So hopefully you and yours had a great holiday season as well.
I did, Jose. It was a nice weekend off. It feels like we've been gone for forever.
Yes.
So looking forward to.
I was joking with Michael Wrona. We haven't recorded the show in just 1 week, right?
Yeah.
But like I had to get my bearings. Like after just 1 week off, it kind of throws off my bearings on everything and the whole process.
Don't worry, you'll be rolling like usual in no time at all. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great holiday weekend out there, and for the entire racing fans out there and all of our viewers, thank you for continuing to support the show. And hopefully you make it out here for a night of live racing here at Los Alamitos. We start this Saturday, 5 p.m. first post.
Do you expect our post time to be around the same on Sunday night?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think around 5 p.m. Yeah, Santa Anita. They'll be wrapping up around 4:30 ish. Mm-hmm. With the way the time change is happening here, the way the sun sets. So around 5 p.m. I would say would be close to our starting time.
And I can't let you off the hook, Professor, without telling me what's up with the Dolphins. They had every opportunity, Professor, to put that game away. The Dolphins had every opportunity to put that game away. What happened? Tell me what happened.
It's first of all, it's not easy being a Dolphins fan. Let me tell you that. It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not.
You know how photo finishes are bad for the heart.
Yes.
Yeah. So is being a Dolphins fan, Jose. Maybe even more.
It could be. So let me see. So I had my brother place a future wager on the Dolphins for myself. He was in Las Vegas. I got him at 35-1. So if they make the playoffs, maybe I can hedge off of it and make some profit.
Maybe. Yeah.
But they had every opportunity to put that game away, Professor.
Well, they did. And things just started compounding with a fumble towards the end, and of course Tua was injured, and his health is of course the main concern. Hopefully, him and his family make the right decisions for him. But there's still 2 games left. And they kind of have control of their own destiny. If they win against the Patriots,
which
they're really close to the playoffs. I think they could be right there in the playoffs. And of course, they close out the season with the New York Jets. So it's all there for the taking. They have enough talent on offense. Mm-hmm. The defense is a little suspect at times. They just can't get off the field. And the special teams are just nothing, but they're not special at all. They're pretty bad, actually, those special teams. So there's a lot of work to be done. And like I said, being a Dolphins fan, not for the faint of heart. That's for sure.
Haven't you had like 0-4 runs and then 5-0 runs throughout the season, and then 3-0 and then 0-3? I mean, it's been like this for Dolphins fans.
Are you surprised? I mean, last year we had a 7-game losing streak, and then I think we finished out the year with like an 8-game winning streak or something like that. I mean, that's just how it is.
It is uncanny. It's not easy being a Dolphins fan. But best of luck, Professor. Your Dolphins hold their destiny. I mean, you got a way to make it into the playoffs. I think if they run it out.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing it up, by the way.
Okay, Professor. Happy New Year to you and yours. Happy New Year's to all the fans watching as well. And hopefully you come out and join us here at Los Alamitos for live racing for a brand new season here on the 31st and 1st. By the way, have you looked ahead to the weather? What's the weather saying here for Los Alamitos?
It's going to be might be a little bit wet at some point, but fortunately, we're going to be wrapping up early. So hopefully we'll be on time at home by 9:30ish or so, and enjoying watching the ball drop on TV, for the new year.
Sounds like a plan. Professor, once again, thank you good to see your face and hear your voice, and I'll see you out there coming up here at Los Al.
Thanks so much, Jose.
Racing fans, the traditional $2 pick six at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. And at Los Alamitos, when there's not a pick six carryover on Sunday nights, we'll add $10,000 to the pick six pool. That means every Sunday night, Los Alamitos has either a pick six carryover or the $10,000 pick six promo. Our total pools have been gigantic, with a season high figure of over $322,000. And our popular 10,000 pick six promo nights create a big time wagering opportunity. The traditional $2 pick six, a great bet, a great deal. It's always at Los Alamitos. Live racing returns to Los Alamitos with our opening night set for Saturday, December 31st. Bring in the new year with an action-packed card, headed by the Holiday Handicap for juveniles. And don't miss our first Grade 1 stakes race of the meet, the Charger Bar, on New Year's night, Sunday, January 1st. Champion Kiss Through Fire is ready to defend her title. Plus our popular $10,000 Pick Six promo returns in 2023. Bring in the new year with Los Alamitos. Opening night is Saturday, December 31st.